Welcome to Acadia National Park, Maine, USA, known as the first national park east of the Mississippi River. Now this video will provide 10 reasons why people love Acadia National Park. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Acadia National Park, Maine, USA. Established February 26, 1919. Now just for context, we have a map here. We have circled Acadia National Park. Acadia National Park is in the state of Maine. Now this video will provide 10 reasons why people love Acadia National Park. People love Acadia National Park because of Park Loop Road. The main drive through the park is the best way to get a full tour of its scenery, attractions, and natural wonders. Plenty of the pull-offs along the 27-mile route provide stopping points for photographs, although traffic in these will be heavy in the summer. Highlights along the coastal part of the route are Great Head, Sand Beach, and Thunder Hole, along with Otter Point and Otter Cliffs, soaring 110 feet above the sea, one of the highest sea cliffs on the East Coast. This is a particularly good place to visit for spotting seabirds. The road is open from mid-April through November, and a small part is open all year round. Parts of the route are one-way, so you should plan to do it in clockwise direction. Beware that to avoid overcrowding in the busiest seasons, the park may require reservations to drive through portions of the loop road. When planning to visit to the park, be sure to check the website for current visitor information, road closures, and other issues that may affect your plans. People love Acadia National Park because of the biking or walking on the Carriage Roads. The 57-mile system of rustic, vehicle-free carriage roads, 45 of which are inside the national park, are the gift of philanthropist John D. Rockefeller Jr. and his family. A series of beautiful stone arch bridges carry them over the park's automobile roads. Built between 1913 and 1940, the carriage roads are popular today for walking, biking, horseback riding, and carriage rides that bring back the pre-air conditioning era when Acadia was a summer getaway for wealthy families seeking a respite from the city's heat. The quiet, unpaved lanes are prime places for watching songbirds. The roads form a series of loops, so you can choose almost any distance and end up back where you started. Good access points are Eagle Lake, Jordan Pond, and Bubble Pond, but you may find other access points less crowded than these popular ones. You can rent bicycles in Bar Harbor, Northeast Harbor, or Southwest Harbor. People love Acadia National Park because of the summiting of Cadillac Mountain. The park's tallest mountain at 1,530 feet, Cadillac Mountain is also the highest altitude along the East Coast. From its round bald summit, you can see a panorama of Bar Harbor, Frenchman Bay, and a cluster of pine-spiked islands. You won't be alone here in the summer and fall, as the 3.5-mile road winds to the top and a paved path encircles the summit. Beginning in 2021, reservations are required to drive up Cadillac Mountain between late May and mid-October and must be made at least 14 days in advance. Even on days when fewer tourists are visiting the attraction, you cannot show up and get a place, and you must arrive at your reserved time. This is one place where getting an early start won't guarantee solitude, as it's known for its beautiful sunrises, and from late fall through early spring, it's the first point in the country that sees the sun. Sunset is equally popular, and in the fall, the summit is known as a good place to watch hawks. The road is open 24 hours, and the bald summit is an excellent place to watch for meteors in mid-August. People love Acadia National Park because of Bass Harbor Head Lighthouse. Mount Desert Island's only lighthouse, Bass Harbor Head, is one of Maine's most scenically located. From the end of Lighthouse Road off Route 102A, you can walk down the wooden steps for a view of the lighthouse, its 26-foot white tower standing out from the fir trees that surround it on the rocky perch. You can't visit the lighthouse itself, as it is the residence of the local Coast Guard commander, but from the trails on either side, you can get picture-worthy views of the tower and Blue Hills Bay. People love Acadia National Park because of Abbe Museum at Sieur de Monts Springs and Wild Garden of Acadia. Just outside Bar Harbor at Sieur de Monts Spring, the Abbe Museum displays part of its immense collection of artifacts and art of the Wabanaki, introducing visitors to the Native Americans who have lived in this area for more than 12,000 years. Exhibits here concentrate on the culture and history through multimedia and interactive displays as well as objects. A large part of the collection is displayed at the museum's other location in Bar Harbor, where you'll find outstanding collections of basketry and other ancient and contemporary Wabanaki artifacts and art. Take time at Sieur de Monts Springs to stroll through the wild gardens of Acadia, where pine-needled and stone paths wind through a dozen small gardens, each filled with plants native to different local habitats. More than 400 plant species are represented in just under 1 acre of well-planned gardens. This is also a good place to see birds. People of Acadia National Park because of Schoodic Peninsula. On a separate peninsula north of Mount Desert Island, the scenic Schoodic Peninsula offers coastal cliffs and scenery in a quieter setting than the main part of the park. A 6-mile loop road tours the park here, leading past the cleft cliffs of Raven's Nest to rocky Schoodic Point, where the views overlook Mount Desert Island. From Schoodic Head, there are panoramic views towards the Bay of Fundy and the Mount Desert Mountains. RVs are permitted only as far as the small Schoodic Woods campground. In the summer, Island Explorer buses travel here and are equipped with bicycles. There are a number of hiking trails, including the moderate 3.2-mile Buck Cove Mountain Trail from Schoodic Woods to the summit of Buck Cove Mountain and on up the north face to Schoodic Head. The easy half-mile Alder Trail leads through some prime bird habitat, and the whole peninsula is a favorite for birders. People of Acadia National Park because of Thunder Hole. Possibly the most dramatic spot in Acadia National Park is the chasm of Thunder Hole, where a small cave has formed just under the surface of the water. As waves recede, they leave a space for air to enter the cave so that when the next wave crashes into the cleft, it collides with the air, forcing it out with a thunderous roar. When the surface high, the spray may shoot out as high as 40 feet into the air. Thunder Hole is between Great Head and Otter Cliffs on the most scenic part of the Acadia coast. People of Acadia National Park because of Jordan Pond House and the Nature Trail. Since its opening in the late 1800s, when visitors arrived by carriage, Jordan Pond House has been serving afternoon tea and popovers on the lawn overlooking Jordan Pond and the rounded mountain known as Bubbles. A fire destroyed the original Jordan Pond House in 1979, and the new building that replaced it is a standard park visitor center run by a concessionaire. Popovers are still served, but the lawn crowded with tables is not quite the genteel afternoon tea experience of old, but the view over the pond to the Bubbles is still quite lovely. Expect a long wait if you arrive between 11:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. without a reservation. The easy Jordan Pond Nature Trail forms a 1-mile loop that follows the rocky shoreline of the pond and returns through the woods. The 3.2-mile Jordan Pond Path skirts the shore of this small Maine lake. Both offer good views of the glacially formed pond and mountains. People of Acadia National Park because of the cruises and boat tours. Surrounded by 3 bays and the Atlantic Ocean, Mount Desert Island is a perfect base for all manner of sea adventures and boat excursions. Some of the islands that scatter offshore are connected by ferry and others by day cruises. So there's a lot of opportunity for viewing Acadia National Park from the water. From Bar Harbor, you can board a whale watch where you're likely to also see dolphins, or puffin cruise, or take a nature tour on a motor launch, or sail on a windjammer. People of Acadia National Park because of the Ocean Path. Although it's 4.4 miles long, if you walk round trip, the easy Ocean Path follows a fairly level course along the shore, with several opportunities to catch the free Island Explorer bus back to your starting point. Beginning from the north, the trailhead is just above the long white sand beach, one of Maine's best beaches, and the trail continues south to Thunder Hole, Monument Cove, named for the sea stack just offshore, and Otter Cliffs, ending at Otter Point. The portion of the trail from Sand Beach to Thunder Hole is surfaced with packed gravel or concrete, but the rest of the route is a mix of uneven rock and gravel, with stairs where the trail climbs around the cliff. This is not a good trail for children as it passes some steep drops to the ocean. The reasons provided in this video are not all the reasons why people love Acadia National Park. If you've got a reason why you love Acadia National Park, pop it in the comments section. I'll make another video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Ciao for now!